Hi and welcome to the daily reading for the 10th of August. And 10th of August's reading is coming, like all the others this year, from Jesus Calling by Sarah Young, and its subtitle is Enjoying Peace in His Presence. So, August 10th. Relax in my healing holy presence. Allow me to transform you through this time alone with me. As your thoughts center more and more on me, trust displaces fear and worry. Your mind is somewhat like a seesaw. As your trust in me goes up, fear and worry automatically go down. Time spent with me not only increases your trust, it also helps you discern what is important and what is not. Energy and time are precious limited entities. Therefore, you need to use them wisely, focusing on what is truly important. As you walk close to me, saturating your mind with scripture, I will show you how to spend your time and energy. My word is a lamp to your feet. My presence is a light for your path. And this reading ties in with Ephesians 5, verse 15 and 16, and Psalm 119, verse 105. I've said this before, but who knew Psalms had 105 verses? I just know the ones that I sing. So there must be long ones in there as well. So here we go. Relax in my healing holy presence and be transformed through the time alone with Jesus. Love that, especially on a Sunday when I have, spent some time online with the congregation in Edinburgh that I have been with since I was a child. Apart from the kind of years where I turned my back on the church, on God, on Jesus, on it all religion, all form of religion. It just didn't sit well with me for a few years. But I turned back to it a couple of years ago, and this little book jumped off the bookshelf in September and said, buy me. And I knew that I would have to put up with some teasing from my family, seeing as how I didn't believe in God anymore. But I had already come back to God. I just hadn't really told them very much about it. So I'm quite happy to be teased now. That's something that, you maybe don't know about me, but I'm very strong in my beliefs and I don't mind being teased now. Whereas before, when I wasn't strong in them, I would kind of respond, take things personally when people challenged me on my beliefs. But I feel very strongly on them now. So it's okay when people ask me questions or try to make fun of God and Jesus. My husband calls him the Sky Fairy. Which is fine. He says the Bible's just a really good story or a bad story, a bad collection of stories. And who knows, that's the reality of it. None of us really knows. We are here for a reason, I believe, but that's my belief. My husband's belief is we're born, we live, we die, end of story. So, maybe your belief is somewhere in the middle. And that's why I'm doing this spiritual exploration. I'm not doing very much exploration of this passage for you though, am I? But I do believe that time spent in silence with ourselves, which is spending time with Jesus and God, does increase our trust in the bigger picture. I think it can't help but increase that. And it also connects us more with who we are spiritually. And, for me, that is about connecting with God and Jesus. Energy and time are precious limited entities. So use them wisely, don't squander them. As I get older, I'm into my 7th decade now. As I get older and older, I think, I have so much still to do. And my time, there's more behind me than there is in front of me. And that's a little bit of a scary thought some days, if I was someone who got scared about these things. But I don't, because I just accept that it's a way, it's like we all march in the same direction as humans. So, some of us have longer journeys than others. And we never know when, our last day is here. And interestingly, I'll just share something that our minister said this morning, that someone used to frequently say to him. And it was, live each day as if it was your last, because one day it will be. And I thought that is a motto to live by, because we never know. The passage in church was about, we never know when Jesus will come back or show himself to us or shine the light, for us. and that happened for me a couple of years ago, like reconnecting with Jesus. But we never know when that's going to happen if we're disconnected from him. We never know, even if we're connected with him, when we will get a resurgence of our faith. But also, we should, well, I think it's a good way to live, treat each day as if it was our last. Think about what you would do on your last day. Treat each day as if it was your last. Tell your loved ones you love them. Be kind, be generous. And because one day it will be your last one. That's kind of a fairly certain certainty for us humans. Anyway, time's up. Namaste. Love to you all. Bye now. Bye.